what is referred to as a rabbet cut on the corner of the foam core so that we can join it. This is an example of a rabbet cut, okay? It's essentially leaving one of the sheets of paper and then removing all of the foam core and the other paper from it. And what you do with the rabbet cut is you basically are able to nest one piece of foam core into another to glue it, okay? So I'll pass that around so you guys can look at it. So I'll pass it around so everybody can see it. Right now what I'm going to do is show you how to create the rabbet cut, okay? So the way that I usually approach this, and you know, there are, who was it? Hardy, you have a rabbet cutter already sort of set. If you want to buy a tool that does that, you can buy a tool that's already sort of made and is made to cut rabbeted corners, okay? I usually tend to show students how to do it by hand because sometimes you don't have the rabbet cutter. So, all right, so here goes. What I do is I take one sheet of this and I put it against something. Then I take another one and I stand it up, straight up and down, and I get a sharp pencil and I make the mark along the bottom. And it's important that the pencil is sharp so that you don't have this big fat line that you're cutting, okay? So as you can see right there, you guys can all see the line, right? That creates the first edge that I'm going to use to cut to. Now when I cut this, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to cut through the paper and part of the foam. I'm not going to get near the other paper, the paper that's on the back side. So here goes. I'm going to make sure I'm looking down at it. I'm going to slice, slice. And absolutely no, you don't even see a crease on the back side because I didn't get to it. After you've made that initial cut there, then the next thing you're going to do is you put your blade somewhere about in the middle and you very lightly cut. Now be very careful with this thumb because it's easy to get to the bottom and have the thumb be near there. Next thing you know, ow! So here we go. Just cut it. You don't want to cut in too deep. You just want to remove this piece right here, okay? You're still not finished. If you look at it carefully, I don't know if the camera can see that or not, but if you look at it, there's still foam there on the paper. So what I usually do is I take my blade and I turn it upside down and I just sort of scrape it off, like that. It'll scrape all the way down to the paper. Sometimes you put your knife in there and just gently score it to where it gets down to the paper if you want. But what you're doing is just kind of removing that material. And there's literally no foam left. It's just straight paper. You want to make sure you remove all that. There's no crease or anything on there. Right? And that is a rabbeted cut on a corner. Now, what you guys need to do to make your first box is you need 4 pieces like this that have one edge rabbeted. Then you need 1 piece where you're going to do a rabbet all the way around. Okay? And then you'll have 1 piece that you don't make any rabbet cuts on. All right? So let me demonstrate the last one, which is all the way around. Right? I'll put this there and I'll, again, using a sharp pencil. Oops. Mark all the way around. Okay, so you can see right there that I've marked it all the way around, and same thing, I'll just take and start cutting the edges off. Okay, so I've sort of cut down into each one. Now I can take this and sort of move that. Okay, and then same thing, you'll scrape it, but you can start to see that you've got this thing that looks like a little bit of a layer cake, right? You scrape it out. So let me reiterate the instructions. Most of you have all 6 pieces cut, right? Your next step is to create one rabbet cut on 4 pieces. So you have 4 pieces that look like this, and then you'll have one piece where you create the rabbet all the way around and scrape it, and then you'll have one left that doesn't have anything. Okay? Any questions about that? No? All right, go for it. Give it a try. Stop the video.